Jai Mother. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige. Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Mother has come to show you the luminous path to the perfection of God in Grihasthashramam itself. Mother has appeared in your midst to give you the message of strength, to illumine your mind with knowledge, to fill your hearts with devotion to God, and to make your lives a blessing to entire human race. Divine Mother. It was in June 1949 that we first visited Tellicherry. It looked a peaceful village town, very near the sea, with low-lying green fields and houses grouped and scattered here and there. Mother and Bhagawan welcomed us smilingly. They were awaiting us on the veranda. It was the first time I was seeing Mother in the simple setting of the home. Even the extreme simplicity of Mother's dress set off her perfection all the more. She was smiling joyously. Those lips, tender and eloquent, where smiles and laughter played hide and seek. Oh, that smile, like the rising moon flooding the world with her silvery rays, it dispelled all darkness and gloom. The smile burst upon us, at times like sunshine after days of monsoon downpour, lighting up every face, and frequently it would expand and swell into peals of laughter like golden bells, vibrating our innermost being, touching each chord softly, raising us to mystic realms of symphony of undreamt of bliss. To those who have traveled wearily through the path of despair, that smile was a beacon, helping them to emerge out of the dark shadow of melancholy to smiles of happiness. How often that smile came bubbling and flashing into my mind when far away I sat brooding amidst worldly chaos. My heart lightened, and all care cast aside, I rose buoyant and courageous. Mother herself helped us to take our luggage inside in spite of all protests. She alone served us the hearty repast. Bhagawan too was there, silently coming forward to attend to everything. When the meals were over, Mother was there with water and towel for us to wash our hands. Later I was to learn more and more of her perfections, how even in the minutest details, Mother never overlooked anything or left it undone. We have rest in the wing of the guest room upstairs. In the evening, Mother took me up to the prayer room upstairs and advised me to have meditation there. No sooner than I entered, I felt I was in a sacred shrine, more holy than any temple I have visited. During Mother's sadhana, the room had been almost bare, but recently small images of Krishna and other divinities were placed there for the devotees to worship. A lamp had been burning there all those years, and I heard how Mother once was not able to replenish it with oil at the appointed time. The house was full of guests, and the servant too was away. So much later, after all her work, when Mother hastened to the room, she found the lamp burning brightly, fully replenished with oil. Many and many were such mystical happenings, but Mother attributed all this to the ever potent and protective power of Dharma. It was nearing twilight, and there was only the glow from the lamp. In the hushed stillness of the room, one felt it a sacrilege even to speak in a whisper. I seemed to feel the presence of unseen divinities blessing me. Everything reminded me of Mother and her arduous sadhana, the rapid ascent to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and the face-to-face vision of Sri Ramachandra and other divinities, fulfilling each and every duty established in the mighty role of the Maha Pathivratha. The arduous tapasya of 12 years was performed by Mother in that hermitage, in that hallowed room. How few realized then that in Tellicherry, nestled this temple of temples, with a resplendent deity enshrined in human form. How few realized then that the Almighty Mother had assumed this human form to wipe the tears of sorrow, to grant saving grace with love and understanding which needs no words. Just like a banyan tree, spreading far and wide its branches, giving cool shelter and rest to weary pilgrims, Mother's loving arms extended far and wide, gathering all close to rest their weary heads on the blossom of her all-embracing love. Lulled by the thoughts of Mother and her love, I went into meditation and soared to heights which I had never traversed before. My heart was at peace, a solemn silence surrounded me, a deep bliss filled me. O Mother, I bow low before Thy glory. It is dawn. From deep sleep I open my eyes. The pure scented breath of the morning's air surrounds me. The clanging of temple bells comes softly to my ears. Remembrance comes. I am in the blessed abode of Mother, a veritable Brindavan blessed forever by Radha and Krishna in their song and dance of immortal love, where the entrancing notes of Krishna's flute went floating over hill and dale, where scented blossoms and creepers whispered to each other of love and bliss, where gopis sang glorious songs of prema to Krishna, and the songs went murmuring over the little wavelets on and on with the flowing Jamuna. But here in this holy homestead, all the scented beauty and blissful music of Brindavan flowed from a radiant being in whom Radha and Krishna were enthroned. Here was a Brindavan where the presence of Krishna was always felt, where from morning till night the river of the life of virtue flowed in a divine rhythm, from where every visitor returned chastened, purified, and with a feeling of nearness to God. I rose from my bed and was drawn to the window, which commanded a view of the small front garden with the Tulasi mound. Fresh from her bath, Mother stood before the Tulasi performing the puja. It was a soul-stirring scene, and with folded palms I worshipped the Mother. Long after Mother left, I stood there with that sanctifying sight lingering in my heart. The sweet, elusive fragrance from Mother's holy person often wafted over us in such moments as a blissful benediction. From that time, after our meditation in the early morning, we made it a habit to wait for and watch the Tulasi worship. Sometimes we went down and received the puja prasad from Mother. Once Mother explained to us the great significance underlying the worship of Tulasi and the rising sun, which she observed after Tulasi puja. Usually after Tulasi Puja, Mother offered arati to Bhagawan, who would be resting in the veranda. It was not a mere ritual but an expression of genuine Padibhakti, through which the power and potency of Dharma found expression. Ineffable, imperishable are the fragrant memories of those golden hours with Mother and Bhagavan. Since then, the time has flown, but today, after 30 years, I can realize with great clarity the immensity of that divine impact and the great moral and spiritual lessons we learned at that hermitage at Tellicherry. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mother.